Not sure why the video cut out. Look at the different colors on that church there. Trying to get you to see this town. It's been suffering from a downturn in the ceramics industry for as long as I can remember. Wow, she's looking at the radio while driving. Huh. I know we used to come down here in the 90s to go to antique shops, and we were looking at buying maybe a building to open our own antique place, but we never did. So this is a diamond. Look at that building up there on the right. And I-8 here on the right with the little Christmas lights. We'll see how far we go before we run into a dead-end street. So we start out there down on the right, went around. Well, if I didn't like my tires so much, I'd do more tours and alleys and stuff, but we got away with that one a couple of weeks ago. Well, we didn't make it anywhere on that one, did we? I think we're right back where we started. Wow, that old place, jeez. It says the Thompson Block Historic, built in 1892. Well, I don't know what it costs to restore stuff. Okay, well, is there stuff up in the right? Yeah. I don't think there's any more downtown too much. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, it's spread out in some strange directions and stuff. So we'll go down and then loop back through a couple blocks down. It's a real tired looking place. We covered this street a few times, yeah. Hard to see. Oh, there's the four-way stone. So up there you can catch 39, 30, or Route 11. And I know that way a little too often, taking the light places. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. If you're not too far, take a trip. If you're in the area, just walk around. You can see some, does it say Crooks or something, advertising on a building up on the right. And then the Ohio River's down to the right. Really got hit with some real high winds walking between the buildings here after lunch. Sunday's always a good day to do a nice slow search of places. So the Museum of Ceramics is straight ahead. Never been there. They got a Kent State campus down here. I'm tempted to go places I haven't been before, as far as I know. There's like a housing district up on the hill there I don't think I've been to. Orlando's Pizza. I'm sorry. Coughing. Wow. Is this the road I came down? There's the one petal leaf holding on the hill. That's pretty steep up right there. Not as steep as that hill we went up Pittsburgh where the sidewalk or steps. Oh, there's houses built on both sides that are just, wow. Thank God whoever invented the level, because without it, I think everything would be leaning down here. Some of them probably are. Well, that'll build up your calves. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's worth a trip around. This is St. Clair Avenue, runs between Calcutta and East Liverpool. I think I said when I did real estate, the furthest most south I sold a house was around here. We seem to have an office up here on the left somewhere. Might be the brick place on the left there. It looks familiar. It's got a parking lot. I think. Yeah, I think that's it. If you let go of your lawnmower, somebody down a block or two is going to die. Huh. Yeah, I don't even remember East Liverpool being that large. So it kind of spreads out in uneven directions too, and there's another street that's down closer to the water or two, and years ago they were just too rough for my neck. A cemetery, there's supposed to be a guy here that drove a Packard that was in charge of the Lincoln Highway, and I think he died in an accident in that Packard, and he's buried here. I showed a mansion down here too to a couple different people. And at the time it was only $196,000. It's probably worth a lot more now, 20 years later. And it was on Park Street. It's an old school that was up to the right there. Shut down. So I got this drone my son gave me. There's Park Boulevard. So that's got some really expensive homes on there. That place, beautiful house inside now. The garage was way detached in the back corner of the lot. Even the basement and attic were very fine. I can say if you buy a house, make sure you pay a reputable home inspector to go over it first. That way you're not blaming the seller, the real estate agent for something they can't do anything about. If you're using a real estate agent that covers buyer and seller, they're more legally binding to the seller than the buyer in the state of Ohio anyway. So best to get your own agents otherwise. So our experiment using the car charger there, we gained 10% in 1 hour. We sure dropped a lot coming here as far as the percent of battery, but not the range. So I should have took a picture of the dash before I left home, as we weren't fully charged. But we just need a little boost to cover the Ohio River down to southern Ohio, because there's no fast chargers anywhere. So that one, when I get home and on the internet, charge point will show me the graph of the charge and how many kilowatts over the hour. So I did go from 79 to 89%. And then once you hit that Route 7, it's all downhill. Otherwise, the Ohio River would be the Ohio Lake. So yeah, we're just looking for a boost. And that's a pretty slow charge for 1 hour. So the car probably had the range with or without it to make it, but you know, yeah, it's a long drive. There's some stuff in Steubenville. I'm not sure how welcoming they'd be for somebody passing through. Anything in Wheeling would be across the border to West Virginia and over a ways on the other side of Wheeling. So if it didn't work out, then you're really wasting miles. And then Marietta has some places. If there's a place to eat lunch down there, that might even be better. But let's see. I gotta crunch the numbers. There's always the cargo van. Or the other Nissan too. But I prefer to drive something with electric. Nice big Volkswagen. So it's going to rain off and on through the day and night, I guess is what Google Assistant told me. So, on a road that runs in eastern Ohio, further east than Route 7 at this area. A little windy and hilly. Don't take it too often. Toward the end of November, it's 53 on the dash, 58 on the Google Maps. But we're not sure when we had our last signal on that. Turn the fan on a notch to get some fresh air inside. Rear window's got a little bit of fog. Wish I had an indicator that told me when my headlights are on the auto thing on this. You got different adjustments you can make. They come on normal time or earlier or earliest. And either that or just like GM daytime running lights would be nice. That big Kia. Something on where, you know, people can see at all times. Always some new building going on out in the woods somewhere. Forever, never-ending expansion. More roads and whole electric lines and other things to add. Well, this road's in fairly nice shape so far. Wow, it's a windy little thing. This will actually bring up to Poland, Ohio, which is east of Boardman and Youngstown. My lights are on, but I'm not sure. It might be the sunshine. As I was saying, it would be nice if it told you. Let's start up the dually to go get some 5 pounds of groceries. Well, this I'm driving, what, 3,800 pounds or plus my BFA. And that's what people are talking about. Well, you're firing up a vehicle that weighs 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 pounds to go to the corner store all the time, or just to go back and forth to work. Wow, there's Beaver Creek under here. Oh, this is Fredericktown. Huh. I come down here years ago to take pictures, and every building and street said no parking, no parking, no parking. So I've walked here from the north and south along the railroad tracks, the Pittsburgh, Lisbon, and Welsh Western that was put in during the Depression. From the north, I started at Pancake Clarkson Road. Walk south, there's a part of Beaver Creek called Sheepskin Hollow you can climb down into. There's from Grimm's Bridge you can go north. And I walked all the way up to the landslide south of Fredericktown. And then went back. All that stuff, 15 to 20 degrees. So my feet, everything was hard frozen. As I did sink in up over my knee one day on doing a lock, the old lock tour. Now we're climbing out of the river valley now, aren't we? So there's a place up here on the right. It says Reynolds on the damn garage still. I don't know why somebody would leave that there. It's the property now on the right. So you want to Google Gordon Reynolds, Negley, Ohio. I'm not sure why the heck they keep that name on there. He murdered his girlfriend and cut her in pieces. And co-worker of mine on the railroad bought the place. And there was a cabin burned down on the property where the guy burned it to hide the evidence and stuff. So a co-worker on the railroad set up a shop to rebuild salvage title cars for him and his twin brother, because his twin brother was out of work at the steel industry. So if you want to find out what happened to them, Google Denali or Mount McKinley twins, and that'll be a good story. Almost like scary that they all lived at that property. But yeah, to have that guy's name still on the garage. Like, oh, there's the North Country Trail. There's a bunch of volunteers that work on that. If you're into hiking in the woods, you probably want to look into when hunting season is and isn't. Good old windmill. Yay. Tornado siren. Should be coming into Negley pretty soon, I guess. I guess the business my co-worker from Conrail started there was called Humpty Dumpty's Auto Service. It's like, well, we had a first snow or two, nothing that stayed around last weekend when Buffalo took a beating. A little story tank here. Pretty mild otherwise this fall, except for a few, maybe less than a cold week. So got their fireplace going pretty good there. Well, we're going to cut out pretty soon and turn it right back on to break things up.